Hey everyone, 88 degrees, it's 9:40. Oh shoot, I don't have very much time, do I? I was listening to the Paranormal Files Skinwalker Ranch. Very interesting. When I get back, I'm gonna finish listening to it. I was putting sanitizer on my hands. Once again, the trash here is overflowing and it's disgusting. There was a bag there of people, I guess they ordered Olive Garden over the weekend and they just left it outside the dumpster. Like, pick it up and put it in the dumpster. I know that the dumpster is full, but you can make room for it. Like, it's just disgusting. And I can't believe people like that live here. You would think they would care better about where they lived. But it's probably one of the new neighbors. Yesterday, I had to shoo away the cats. The mama cat, the one that had the kittens, all of them are gone. They're dead. And the last one that survived, that she was taking care of, I don't know how it died, but it died. And we're thinking it could have been the heat or something. We don't know. I think it was one of the neighbors, but I don't know. And anyhow, she was over here yesterday. And she was under the car, and there were two other cats with her. And it's like, oh, no. Well, they were trying to get to her, and one of them actually got to her. And the neighbor and I were outside talking at that time, and I told her, look, they're already working on another litter. And I said, no, I don't want this cat here either. Like, and she's like, oh, can you all help me? Can you all, like, trap her for me? And then I'll take her, I'll get her spaded, I'll pay for it, yada yada, you know, but can you all take her for me over there, drop her off, because I work in the mornings and blah 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 blah. And I said, my car's brand spanking new. I'm not putting any animal in my car, sorry, you know. And she's like, well, what about your husband's truck? You can put her in the bed. And I'm like, that's his truck, he drives that, I don't, it's not mine, you know. And I said, I don't know, we'll figure something out. I said, but we're not going to go in my car, that's for sure. And she kind of got ticked about it. And I was like, what the hell, lady? Like, you have an old freaking car. Put her in your car, you know. You take her. Call into work. So you're going to be a few minutes late. Go drop her off. You have to drop her off early anyway. You know, I think it's 7:30. But you got to drop her off, so it'll only be like, I don't know, 10 minutes late to work maybe, if that. But I mean, I had to do it when I was working. What the hell? I did that with my cat. I went to drop off my cat, got to work on time, and then picked her up afterwards, you know. And like, I'm also thinking, like, what the hell is she thinking? Once she picks up the cat, she can't keep the cat outside, you know. Like, what is she gonna do with the cat? You know, and it's like, look, either you're in it to take care of her or just leave her the hell alone. You know, let her live. Because she had wanted me to call animal control also, and I'm like, why do I have to do all this? Why am I doing all this crap for you? Because of your concern for this cat. You know, like, leave the cat alone. Deja los gatos. Anyway, that was that. And I don't know. I'm going to do what my son and my daughter-in-law do, which is walk very fast whenever we see her. That's what they do. They walk really fast. They don't entertain a conversation with her. They don't like her. They don't like her. And now I know why. I don't like her either. You know, I like her, but I don't, you know. And then earlier I was praying to God, you know, well, really not praying. I was actually just talking to God. I was having a conversation with God. And I was like, God, you know, I don't understand why these people, they feel the need to tell me what to do. And they treat me so crappy. And I'm like, since when did I become the mat that they wipe their feet on? You know, like, I'm gonna use wisdom and I'm gonna start putting my foot down and setting boundaries once again with these people. Because for some reason, there you go, you all. For some reason, these people feel like they can tell me what to do. And I don't understand why. Why do you think you can walk all over me? Listen to that, you all. Those are my windshield wipers. You don't hear that anymore. And so, anyhow, stick to the topic, Moon. So I was telling this to God, you know, and I was like, God, I can't do this anymore. Like, I need to protect my mental health and my physical health. And, you know, I'm sorry, Lord, if it comes across as me being mean, but to these people, but they don't seem like, and that's another thing I was saying too. I was like, why is it that I'm being so careful? Why am I being so considerate? You know, I know it's best to be the bigger person, but I'm like, here I am trying to be so considerate, trying to find the right wording and yada yada. And these people don't give a crap. And I told God that. I said, these people don't give a crap, God. They're just like, they don't care. They don't think twice about being mean to me. They just are mean. And I'm like, that's not right. And that's not fair. You know, like, it's not even about being fair. It's just not right. It's not morally right. And so I was like, no, I need to start setting boundaries. And then I was like, should I text my friend from church from yesterday? Water break. And I'm like, what do I say? So I finally decided to text her, and I was like, hi, N. I think there was a misunderstanding. Last Sunday, my husband was home, and I couldn't go have lunch with you, so I thought we had set it for yesterday, for this past Sunday. But I heard you, and I told her straight up, I heard you making plans with Z to go to her house. ? I may have misunderstood. I don't have a problem with Z. However, you know, I wish you would have just given me a heads up. And then I said, I don't want to feel, you did hurt my feelings. No, what did I say? You did make me feel bad. And I don't want to feel bad going to church. That is the only time that I look forward to going to. Something like that. I don't remember word for word what I put at the end. Well, that was around 6 o'clock today, Central Time. It's going to be 10, and the bitch hasn't answered. Sorry, God. Sorry. Not sorry. You know, to her, but sorry to God. She hasn't answered. Can you all believe that? And so then I said, no, bitch, you're not going to get away with it this time. Every time I freaking text you, you act stupid and act like you didn't see my text and you don't answer at all. And I've let you get away with that so much already. And I know damn well you have your phone with you, because even at church, you're there going through your phone and texting your other friends wondering if they're going to show up or not. So I know you got my damn texts. So I text her again about 8 o'clock. Hey, N, did you get my message from earlier? Well, she still hasn't responded. And then I was like, you know what? Okay, God. I tried reaching out to her twice already. She wants to play this little game. Fine. I'm not even going to pursue this anymore. I'm not going to entertain her anymore. This coming Sunday when I go to church, I'm going to go and I'm going to sit there where I usually sit. I'll be cordial. I'll say hello. But then right after church, I am walking right out. If she happens to be behind me, I'm just going to say, well, I'll see you later, and keep walking. I'm not even going to like talk to her about anything or anything. If she happens to bring it up, I will let her know straight up, yes, I did text you, and I was wondering what's going on with that, and you never answered me, but that's okay. That's okay. And just to let you know, I'm still going to come to church. I'm still going to sit where I usually sit. If you'd like to sit there, you can. If not, you can go ahead and sit with one of your other friends, wherever they're sitting at. I'm not going to be hurt by it. I don't need this kind of distraction. I'm here for one thing and one thing only. And that's what I'm going to tell her. Goodbye, have a nice day. Because, yeah, I'm just not going to do this. I'm not going to allow this to take over me and my health. Mentally or emotionally or physically, whatever. You know, it's not going to take over me. I'm going to step on that. You know, the Lord gave us the power to step on the snake. I'm going to step right on the snake's neck. I'm like, no, you're not going to steal my joy. You're not going to steal my time with God. You're not going to make me feel bad about going to church anymore. You know, like, no, I am going to go to church for me, my family, and God. You know, I'm not there for you. I never asked for you. You're the one that sought me out after all these years and decided to come sit with me where I usually sit. And I even told you in the very beginning, I didn't like sitting there where you sat. You asked me to sit with you. I sat with you twice. I said, I don't like it there. I'm going to go back over there where I like to sit. I didn't even ask you to come with me. You came with me. You know, but now it's like, Lord, please have her sit away from me now. Like, please, you know, close that door. I don't, remove her from my life. I'm not asking him to like off her. No. Just remove her from my life. Remove anybody that is not good for me from my life. All I need is you, Lord. If I don't have any friends to talk to at all, which I have one that I do talk to. But if I don't have any friends to talk to at all, it's okay. Because I have you, Lord. And you are all I need. I don't need to be complete by another person. I don't need another person to complete me, is what I'm trying to say. You know, you all, sometimes I say things backwards because that's how my mind works anyway. And no, I'm not even dyslexic, but you know, it's possible that I could be sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, why did I just write that backwards? As far as the numbers, but not words. Anyway, moving on. We already know I have a squirrel brain, but anyway, I think that happens as you get older. I really do. Let's go on. So anyway, that's what I was thinking about, you know, and that's what I was praying about, you know, and I included family as well, because as I mentioned, my husband's family, you know, going out to dinner, they didn't even bother to ask me to go. I'm like, the same thing there, Lord. Like, I am with my husband, not his family. I know that, you know, we become one together, right? We're not marrying our families. And even though kind of realistically we are, you know, but if all you have is each other, then that's it. You know, his family seems to be toxic towards him as well. And I don't know why. And maybe that's why God brought us together as well, because we both have families that really just don't give a crap about us, you know, And it's like, okay, so he brought us together so that we can give a crap about each other, and we do. We may fight hard, but we also love hard, if that makes any sense. And we love our kids, and that's all that matters. We love our kids and our grandkids, I should say, and that's all that matters. And so while I was sitting there at my computer after talking to God, and that one YouTuber came on, the one that I tell you that talks for 3 hours about Trump and everything, I was going through my mail. I have thousands of emails that I have not deleted, and I even thought about deleting my email altogether, you know, my email, and just keeping this other one, because this email is driving me nuts. I get spam a lot, and I don't even know what to do anymore about that. But I have old emails, you all, from 2021, I think, on there that I haven't deleted, and I was going through all of it, and I was like, and I know you can just click the check on the very top and it'll delete everything, but there's some that I need. So I was like, oh shoot, I need to go back and make sure that I don't need anything else. And I don't. I think I saved what I needed already, but I don't know how to like delete the rest without clicking those. I might have to just click it and then unclick the ones that I want to keep, which is going to take even longer, you know. But anyway, I really don't know. If you all have any suggestions, please let me know, because I'm not very savvy with a computer. But while I was sitting there going through all this, and I was like wondering, I wonder if anybody else gets as much spam mail as I do, like from AARP, Car Shield, gutter cleaners. I used to get one for erectile dysfunction, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know I had that, you know. But you know, you would get all these emails, and I was wondering, like, I wonder if everybody else does. And then I started thinking, spam emails and spam friends. And I was like, thank you, Holy Spirit. Sometimes in life, we're going to get spammed by friends. And unfortunately, those are the fake friends. They come into your life, and that's exactly what they do. They just spam all over it. And here you are with a different response, thinking, oh, I'll be nice, I will be your friend. Okay, let's do this. And then when you open that email, or you open up to that friend, you find out it was spam. With email, it's easy though. You can just delete it, block it, and they will try to come spam you again though, even if you block it. But with people, it's different. You really can't click on something to block them, but you can set boundaries. And you could start letting them know, like, you know what, I don't have time for this. I really don't. I'm going a different direction. My walk is different from yours. I'm here basically, as I said in chat earlier today, in somebody's chat, where the creator was talking about how some people play games, and some YouTubers will play games with you, like as far as spamming you, lying to you. And I put in my comment, I said, I'm too old for games. And that's exactly what it is. I am too old. I'm too tired to play around those games with people. It's either you're gonna be a good person or not with me. And if you're a good person, great. I welcome you. I will be good in return. But if you're just out to be this god-awful, spamming person, get behind me. You know? Get away from me. Please, do not talk to me. Do not sit next to me. Get away. And then, you know, the funny thing is I started thinking about this funny song. Oh my gosh, I had her name. I forgot it, but she sings that song. And it came out in a whole bunch of reels on Instagram where it's a cat and the cat's like grooming itself, and then the humans over here reaching out to touch it. And the song goes, when a bum tries to touch me, ew, I'm a Terminator. Like that. That song came to mind. Who sings that song? Nicki Minaj? Am I right? I think so. Okay. Well, that's the attitude I'm having. You know, that's the attitude I'm having now. And not to be narcissistic or anything like that, but just, you know, if you're going to come in and spam me, ew, get away from me. I'm the Terminator. You know, like, get away. Like, I'm going to put a stop to it right then and there. Like, no, you know what? I don't have time for this. You know, God bless you, sis. Vaya con Dios. But I'm not gonna entertain this. And I don't even know if I said that right. You know, I don't know, is it with a V or a B? Vaya con Dios or vaya con Dios? I had a bad experience with that in my Spanish class. I would always mix those up. That is why I almost failed. I hope you all believe me because I'm telling you the truth. Anyhow, thank you to my Spanish teacher for passing me, for feeling sorry for me and passing me anyway. I feel like I'm giving an acceptance speech. But anyhow, that's all I got for tonight. So don't feel bad for me, you all. I'm sure this has happened to somebody else out there. I can't be the only one in the whole entire world that's going through this right now. But don't feel bad for yourself either, and don't feel bad about you. Yes, there may be some things that you need to fix about yourself. Hey, so do I. We're not perfect. But worry about that. Worry about fixing yourself for yourself and your family. Don't worry about all these other people. Just give those over to God. You know, those people need more help than when you can give them. It is beyond your control, and it's bigger than you are. You know, everybody's got their own set of problems, and we don't have the solution for them. But don't let them spam you. All right? Love you all. And thank you for listening. Bye.